All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you for 9 minutes with me all over Facebook, IGTV, and on YouTube. I am here from Rosie's Corner. The typical Friday here. It smells incredible in here with the Fish Friday. Pair it with the mac and cheese or the fries and coleslaw, or as I say, just get all of it together. Spend a couple extra bucks for the extra side as well. You can get it in entree form or in sandwich form as well. Pizza, wings, pasta, hot and cold subs, and more. The salads are available in the cooler as well as your refreshments and desserts to go, from cookies to brownies, you name it, here at Rosie's Corner. Knocking it out of the park every single day. They're available on Grubhub, or they'll deliver to you, or you can come by and pick it up as well. Jody, Jason, and the gang doing an awesome job here for Rosie's Corner, a proud ML Sports Platter sponsor. And make sure you follow them on Instagram and like them on Facebook as well. Let's talk some PGA Championship Day 2 right now, and Lee Aotong is already 2 under par in the early going. He's got the top of the leaderboard right now, the fluid swinger from China, shall we say. I mean, all these guys just have ridiculous swings, but this guy's got just a pure swing. We'll see if he can keep at it. Harding Park right now in San Francisco, no fans. But there's a couple of big storylines. I mean, I feel like we're going back some years. Martin Keimer has kind of made a little bit of a day one comeback. We haven't really heard from the German in quite a long time. Jason Day playing lights out golf right now as well. And Brooks Koepka. This guy is so tailor-made for the majors, it isn't even funny. And he doesn't even hide it, as everybody knows. He came out publicly recently just saying, look, the majors are easier for me, and I'm putting way more stock into those. I mean, he thinks it's obviously easier to win the PGA Championship than the John Deere Classic, which clearly that's not the case, but so far so good for Brooks Koepka, as he is right there at the top of the leaderboard at 4 under par. Do not be surprised to see him win his 3rd straight PGA Championship this week. He's got all of the tools rolling with his unbelievable drives. He's shaping it in and around the trees, staying out of the sand where he has to. And then in typical championship form, on the green, Brooks Koepka making putts. Another huge storyline, obviously, is Justin Rose. And don't worry, I'm saving the best for last with one guy by the name of Tiger Woods. But Justin Rose is a guy who is going to go down, in my opinion, as possibly a top 15 golfer, maybe top 20 golfer, if he wins another couple majors with his worldwide success, his Ryder Cup success, his European success in terms of that tour as well. He could squeak into the top 10, but I think he's got to get at least a couple of majors won before we get him into Phil Mickelson territory, Arnold Palmer territory, Tom Watson, Gary Player type territory. But right now, this guy could be a product of the era with Tiger Woods. He only has one major championship, but he's always there. It seems like after the first day, after the first couple days, this guy is always in and around the top of the leaderboard. And if you look at his game is totally man-made for any golf course, because he's so good and so smooth and so consistent in every part of his game. Even when he falls back a little bit with the driver, he's still putting well. When he's putting a little bit back, he's getting deep into the fairways, and his mid-range game is good enough to give him enough birdie chances to where maybe he's missing a couple of them, but he's still making on average of 50 to 70% of those putts. So Justin Rose is a guy who is always there and always in contention, but again, a product of the Tiger Woods era. Sergio Garcia, forever, didn't win a major, wins the Masters. Now he's come way back. I watched a bunch of his round last night, and he looked awful. You have a situation going as well where, Justin Rose, I just mentioned, with one major, could have 2 or 3 if he didn't play in the Tiger Woods era. Would Phil Mickelson have 2 or 3 more majors if he didn't play in the Tiger Woods era? It's almost very comparable to tennis, where you look at Rafa Nadal, Joker, Djokovic, and of course Roger Federer. Andy Murray, for example, if he doesn't play in the era with these 3 studs, does he have an extra 1, 2, 3, 4 Grand Slam wins? The same can be applied for golf. It's taken major upsets like Y.E. Yang or Michael Campbell or someone like that, or the 2003 year we had, with every single major won by a first-time winner, going back to Mike Weir winning the Masters, and of course Jim Furyk winning the U.S. Open at Olympia Fields, and Ben Curtis, a guy who was way down the rankings of the golf, the world golf rankings. He wins the Open Championship, and of course the PGA Championship at Oak Hill, which was won by Sean McKeel. It takes upset, but then can you stay consistent? Can you stay up there? And frankly, I look at Justin Rose as one of those guys. That's one of the big things that I've respected about his game is that he's just always repeatedly there. Top 5s, top 10s, top 15s. Maybe he can crack through at Harding Park this weekend and win another major. Finally, Eldrick Tiger Woods. He is -2. Of course, started yesterday. I think about 8:33 he teed off and just started with a flurry of birdies, of course, and then had some troubles on the back nine. He missed 2 huge putts that really cost him a couple of strokes there. He doesn't miss those, and he might be tied for the lead right now at the PGA, but he looks the part. The question is going to be this: will his back hold up? And it's going to depend on how cool the weather is. You see a lot of these guys yesterday, the sun was out, but it was breezy and the conditions were cool across the golf course. You wonder with Tiger, if it dips down in, the sun goes back, goes away, and the wind starts swirling. Tiger's bundled up with the slacks and he's got the long sleeve Nike stuff and the shirt underneath right now, but that's with 65-ish degree weather with a cool breeze. If it gets down to 50, 55, the sun goes down, they get a little bit of rain, I don't expect huge things from Tiger Woods. But if the weather stays like it did yesterday, and I haven't seen the complete forecast, and frankly, it really doesn't matter because 20 to 25 minutes away in San Francisco right now is 90 degrees, but yet at Harding Park, you're looking at a 20 to 30 degree difference. If the weather can hold out for Tiger Woods, the way he's hitting the ball right now off the tee and the way the mid-range irons are going and he's hitting it on the right side of the green with that old school, longer form Scotty Cameron putter that he went back to, that he feels a comfort with, he feels a very, very strong feel for, Tiger Woods could win this tournament. And when you think about it, that's absolutely mind-boggling, is it not? And right now, I don't know if anybody's seen the stats, but Tiger's hitting the ball off the tee over 300 yards, but the key is he's shaping the shots. It's one thing to hit it over 300 yards, but we know that before Tiger won the Masters last year, he was having issues with accuracy off the tee. It was costing him a shitload of strokes. Now, looks like he's figured that out a little bit. He had a little bit of that time off, of course, after he played the Nicklaus tournament at Murfield Memorial, and now he's at Harding Park, and he seems to really have his entire game together. But it will only last as far as the weather goes. I'm hoping that the weather stays above 60 degrees, light breeze, occasional sun, and allows Eldrick Tiger Woods to bomb it off the tee and allows his back to stay with it. If that's the case, could you imagine a Sunday leaderboard with Tiger Woods with the West Coast Major, meaning that it gets done around dinner time on the East Coast? The ratings will be through the roof, of course, and Tiger competing with everybody else for his 16th major. Sounds like golf heaven to me. And by the way, what a sports weekend we have with the NBA, the NHL playoffs, MLB, and a possibility of Tiger with the weekend success at Harding Park. That's what I'm hoping for. My pick for the PGA, it's Brooks Koepka. I'm going with him to win 3 in a row. This guy is made for courses like the PGA Championship. Heavy, rough, bomb it down the middle, and just having ice in his veins, not worrying about anything, and welcoming in the toughest field, which the PGA is, out of all 4 majors. You know, he loves the tough field. He loves the extra competition. He loves the harder courses. Brooks Koepka is made for this situation. Give me Koepka to win his 3rd PGA in a row. I'm Mike Lindsley here from Rosie's Corner. Get your pizza, pasta, hot and cold subs, and more. Incredible place. Fish Friday today. Don't forget about your Pork Wednesday coming up in a few days as well. Get them on Grubhub or they'll deliver to you. Like them on Facebook. Follow them on Instagram. It's all about Rosie's Corner here on a Fish Friday. The mac and cheese is absolutely delicious. Rosie's Corner is a proud sponsor of the ML Sports Platter. Don't forget to download and subscribe to my podcast, the ML Sports Platter Podcast, all over the major platforms like Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. And you can rate it 5-star and give some feedback. That stuff helps an awful lot. Past guests, Cal Ripken Jr., Mark Teixeira, Bob Costas, Trey Wingo, and a heck of a lot more. Appreciate the support. Thanks for watching 9 Minutes with me here from Rosie's Corner. And as I always tell you, enjoy the games.